They hate that they cannot get under your skin. You're at peace, they're in pieces. You're not the same.
Did you know Trump just legalized segregation again?
Breaking news. Trump just signed an executive order that could destroy federal unions.
Imagine giving a second of your time to somebody who don't even deserve it.
You know the worst thing about when you're trying to sabotage somebody, when you're trying to cause somebody pain, when you're trying to be, dastardly, is when the person you putting all that evil intent towards, they literally are just chilling. They not paying attention to you. They seem, as Omarion would say, unbothered. That shit has got to be infuriating. Like we can't even get these motherfuckers to do shit. They still posted on TikTok, laughing about it, agreeing with us on segregation. You know what I'm saying? That has got to be... I would love to be a fly in the Oval Office right now. When you see on TikTok black people agreeing with them, yeah, let's go. Go ahead, put that segregation back in. We go. Deuces, motherfucker.
Hello guys, and welcome to the J Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about how the black community is remaining unbothered despite being baited to react. So apparently, Trump thought black people would still be out in the streets screaming and crying over his antics, that they'd be flipping tables, protesting on every corner, maybe even setting things on fire. But here's the gag. They're not mad, not even a little bit. In fact, they're chilling, laughing, posting memes and sipping tea. Because at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. Trump and his MAGA crew keep tossing out these desperate, race-baiting moves, trying so hard to provoke a reaction from the black community. But black folks, they've evolved. They've seen this game before, played it a few times, and now they're operating on an entirely different level, one of strategy, silence, and savage calm. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado, guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
Okay, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Donald Trump, not out of praise, but out of truth. Because while you rip through every part of this government, tearing down justice, equality, and fairness under the fake excuse of fighting DEI fraud, what you're really doing is confirming what black folks have been saying for generations. America was built on racism, fueled by fear and sustained by white supremacy. You've exposed it all. The masks are off. The polite racism, the fake allyship, the colorblind lies, it's all gone. Now we see it raw and unfiltered. You're not just targeting policy, you're targeting people. Black people, brown people, marginalized communities, and the wild part. We make up the smallest portion of this country, yet somehow we are the biggest threat to the lie that white supremacy built. That should tell you everything. You're afraid not of violence, not of replacement, but of the power we hold even when we have nothing. You see the way our culture, our brilliance, our resilience, our excellence continues to shape this country, even when it tries to erase us. Donald Trump is just the loudest version of a system that's always been in place. He is the living, breathing proof that this country was never designed with us in mind. And yet, we continue to define it. So thank you, Donald, for exposing what so many tried to deny, for showing the world that the fear of black greatness is real, for proving that racism isn't in our imagination, it's in the fabric of this nation. And to my people, we don't have to fight to prove our worth. He's doing that for us. All we have to do is stand firm, stay awake, and know that the truth is finally louder than the lie. We are not broken. We are not the problem. We are the evidence of the power that this country can contain. Let that truth ring louder than its hate.
Look at us, learning those line dances, purchasing the delicious fruits and meats and cheeses and crackers for our epic charcuterie boards. We are buying linen curtains, and we are changing our decor going into the spring and summer. We are resting responsibly and watching all of our favorite, absolute favorite shows on Netflix. We are calling our friends and going out for lunch. We are making mocktails at the house. We are reading Proverbs. We are binge watching old episodes of A Living Single. We are doing all the things, and we are resting responsibly. We don't care. We don't care, but we still pushing a button now. Don't get it twisted. We gonna push that button every time, but we're resting and we're just relaxing, and I love that for us.
Take the whole DEI drama, for example. Trump basically decided that DEI was destroying the country. Imagine that. Programs meant to create fair opportunities and make workplaces less racist was suddenly public enemy number one. MAGA folks are out here blaming DEI for everything. It would be hilarious if it weren't so pathetic, but instead of begging for a seat at the table, black folks just said cool, because what MAGA failed to realize was that DEI didn't just mean black folks. It meant women, it meant veterans, and many other marginalized groups. And while Trump was busy trying to undo progress, he quietly removed anti-discrimination clauses from federal contracts, basically giving government-funded companies the green light to discriminate. Segregation was back on the table. Just like that, legal segregation crept back into the system through a side door. But once again, the black community didn't panic. They didn't scream. In fact, they encouraged it. You didn't see black folks tearing down buildings over it. No marches, no shouting on the news, just a collective pause. And that deep, disappointed sigh of a community that's been here before and knows when someone's trying too hard. What they did is shifted. They started redirecting their dollars, protesting with their money, choosing black-owned businesses and supporting each other economically in ways that actually had the system that tried to shut them out. In fact, a company like Target has been losing billions since removing their DEI programs.
I'll ever see those videos where it says the world is on fire and black people are just chilling, partying, doing whatever. That's because black people have been warning y'all about that orange man in office and about history repeating itself. Not only about history repeating itself, but now it affecting white people, white minorities, white women. But a lot of y'all didn't want to listen. So now black people are chilling. They're like, hey, listen, you know, we've been through our shit. We've been through this. And so I honestly believe a lot of people who voted for Trump, they thought they were going to be protected and benefit from him being in office. And the people that they hate will be negatively affected. But now people are recognizing, holy shit, it's not just black, indigenous people of color. It's women. It's white women. It's poor folks, and poor folks can be any race, any color. So now a lot of people, especially white folks, they're asking us, hey, we gotta do something. And black people are like, we're like, no, we're tired of fighting. No one wanted to believe us when we spoke out about all the corruption in our country. Now y'all want us to act. I feel like personally as a black person, we will act when it's time, if we have to, if we have that gut feeling to do so. But right now, we're just chilling. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm chilling too. That doesn't mean I don't care about what's happening. I very much do. I'm aware of what's happening. But I also believe that this needed to happen to wake us up. Because nobody was listening. Please, not even just to black people, indigenous people were warning us. A lot of people of color were warning the whole country about something like this. And so unfortunately, we have to learn the hard way. And maybe going forward, something like this will never happen again. Stay woke.
And speaking of trying too hard, let's talk about the erasure of the word black itself. Earlier this month, the New York Times released a list of words disappearing from the federal government, courtesy of the Trump's war on all things quote-unquote woke. And guess what's on the chopping block? The word black. That's right, they're literally trying to delete the word. Like if you don't say it, racism will just poof away. It's laughable, it's insulting, and it's so absurd that the only real response is silence. Because how do you argue with someone who thinks language is the problem and not the system? And remember that massive Black Lives Matter mural in Washington, D.C.? The one that stretched across the street? Yeah, that one. Republicans pressured the city to paint over it. threatened to pull federal funding if they didn't. And guess what? Mayor Bowser folded. They covered it up, scrubbed it clean like it was never there. But here's the twist. Nobody marched. Not because it didn't hurt, but because the community knew it was just another performance, another attempt to poke the bear. But this bear isn't moving. Not for a mural, not for a headline, not for performative politics. The black community has literally TikToked their way through the hate, because sometimes the best clapback is joy. And nothing confuses oppressors more than the people they try to break still smiling and laughing. What MAGA doesn't understand is that black people are tired. Not defeated, just done wasting energy on everything. They've had to explain racism for generations. They've marched, fought, voted, educated, corrected. And now the resistance is quiet. It's economic, it's ecological, it's joyful. They're supporting each other and choosing peace over performance. You can't manipulate a people who have already seen every tactic. You can't scare folks who have survived worse. You can't bait those who are simply no longer interested in playing your game. Trump tried it. He really did. He rolled out every dog whistle, every policy reversal, every passive-aggressive insult he could come up with. And instead of chaos, what he got was silence, laughter, and a whole lot of side eyes. The black community isn't losing sleep. They're watching the show unfold with popcorn in hand, unbothered, unshaken, and honestly, a little amused. The question now is, how long will MAGA keep running the same tired plays, expecting a different result? And more importantly, why are they so obsessed with trying to provoke a community that's out here living, laughing, and leveling up? Because sometimes the best clapback is not clapping at all. So what do you all think? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about MAGA regrets. And if you love such kind of videos, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.